Hey, what's going on, you guys? How's it going? Scott Johnson, hanging out, heading to work. So I decided to not be complete garbage today and woke up and took a run. Woke up at like 4:30. Meant to wake up at 4, but I actually drank a little too much wine last night, so it didn't. Yeah, it didn't. My body didn't want to wake up immediately, like or when I wanted it to, which sucks. But got some pretty cool stuff going on today. Got a couple people requested some information on a portfolio of 9 properties that we got under contract, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to go ahead and get that information together for them. My dad had someone he was talking to talking about at work who's kind of looking for some properties. So basically, I spent the better part of the morning answering some of his questions and everything. Don't you guys hate it when there's like pieces of paper just scattered throughout the car, and then when you roll your windows down and you start driving, it just goes everywhere? Drives me freaking nuts. But at the same time, my daughter, she loves to color and draw, so I kind of put up with it. But then again, I could also not be a slacker and just clean my freaking car, you know what I mean? I could do that too, but that would mean I'd actually have to clean my car. Yeah. But also, I got to get some more information. I'm finding out that, as I'm kind of getting this information ready for investors on these properties, I'm figuring out little things that I can do to kind of perfect it and make it a little better for them. One thing is a lot of these properties are Section 8, have Section 8 or Mid-East tenants. If you don't know what Mid-East is, I don't know much about it, honestly. When I figure it out, I'll probably do a video on it. But essentially, Mid-East is... Let me roll these damn windows. People are driving too loud, if that was even a thing. Anyway, Mid-East, though, is essentially outside of the city limits, whereas Section 8 is kind of inside the city limits. So I'm basically learning a little about that, and I'm finding out that they actually have reporting stuff. And so one of the owners of this portfolio is actually sending me the information, like the history of payments from Mid-East and Section 8 for these properties, which is really freaking nice. Man, this thing, I swear, I'm going to get a better setup. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a freaking thing that sticks to my window so that I can like point it at me and then you guys can see me and all that good stuff. But, yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all that information. I'm actually going to put that in my pro forma. Whoa! This is what happens. Apparently, there was a nice little down tree. Oh, they cut it. They freaking cut it and left it. Hold up. This is funny. Yeah. That is definitely a cut. They literally just cut it and left it here. Good job, guys. I'll deal with that in a second. But anyway, so when it comes to Mid-East and things like that, I guess they have this reporting stuff. So I'm like, all right, well, guess what? I'm going to go ahead and put that in my pro forma, kind of, add a little bit more value to my investors by giving them a little bit more information than they otherwise would have had. So that's one thing I try to do, like, every time. In fact, when I'm talking to sellers and everything, I'm wholesaling properties, if you guys didn't know that. But wholesaling, we'll go over that in another video, honestly. Oh, whoa, I'm upside down now. Hey, there we go. But I just basically what I try to do is do whatever's best for my sellers and my investors. So essentially, I had this one lady who, she had an offer for $18,000 on her property, and she wouldn't go down below that. And then she said, but I like you, I'm going to give it to you under contract for $18,000. I'm like, okay, that's cool, well, let's see what we can do. And then I start thinking about it, I'm like, if she won't go below $18,000, then why not just let the other guy who wants it buy it? Well, what's funny is that after I said, you know what, listen, this is better for you, just go ahead, talk to the investor who wants to buy it, and you're good to go. And she's like, okay, thank you so much, yada yada. Well, then 2 weeks later, or a month later actually, she calls me and says, hey, that fell through. I can give it to you under contract for 16. I'm like, okay, that's interesting too. Let's talk about this. It turns out the investor who originally wanted it said, oh, I don't want it for 18 anymore, I want it for 14. And even then, I kind of re-looked at the deal and said, look, it would sell really slow if we got it for 16. I told her, listen, 11's the best we can do because we can move it really fast that way for you, help move that contract fast. And she was like, and I was like, listen, if you got an offer for 14,000, just take it. I mean, fast cash. But anyway, I'm heading into the office, guys. I'm actually going to record a little bit more content for our property preservation project thing here. I'm going to do a couple of videos. I've been doing a whole thing on probate, things like that, so I'm going to work on those. But, just stay tuned to the channel, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.